In the realm of human history, there's a narrative that revolves around kings, conquests, and civilizations. Ancient Egypt, with its monumental pyramids and enigmatic pharaohs, serves as a prime example. Yet amidst the grandeur of its legacy, there exists a lesser-known aspect of Egyptian culture that is equally intriguing: the substances Egyptians consumed for pleasure, ritual, and medicine. Welcome to the channel, and today, let's embark on a journey back in time to explore what drugs were used in ancient Egypt. Buckle up for a ride that promises to be enlightening, surprising, and perhaps a bit mind-altering as we uncover the secrets of ancient Egypt's mind-altering past. Ancient Egypt's religious landscape and intoxicants. The Nile River Valley, cradle of civilization and home to the ancient Egyptians, was not just a hub of trade and cultural exchange, but also a sanctuary for spiritual enlightenment. For the Egyptians, every aspect of life was interwoven with religion. Their beliefs were as intricate as the hieroglyphs they carved into the tombs of their pharaohs, and their gods were as numerous as the stars in their night sky. Amidst this tapestry of faith, the consumption of certain plants and substances played a pivotal role. These weren't just recreational drugs, but tools to connect with the divine. One such tool was the blue lotus flower. This unassuming aquatic plant with its delicate blue blossoms held within it a subtle euphoria, a gentle way to commune with the gods. It was believed that by soaking the blue lotus in wine, the inebriety produced a mild, dreamy state. It's perfect for aligning oneself with the sun god Ra. This wasn't merely a personal spiritual journey, it was a shared experience. During the reign of Pharaoh Akhenaten, known for his unconventional religious reforms, the worship of Aten, the sun disk, led to a surge in blue lotus rituals. Festivals became occasions to lose oneself in a trance-like state, dancing, reciting poetry, and celebrating life under the benevolent gaze of the sun god. The annual Feast of Drunkenness, a joyous occasion honoring the goddess Hathor, exemplified this fusion of celebration and spirituality. Here, mass intoxication was not just encouraged, it was revered. Participants lost in the revelry would enter trance states, becoming channels of divine communication. Egyptian society and social hierarchy. Ancient Egyptian society was a microcosm of the universe itself, with the pharaoh at the top, mirroring the sun god Ra in the sky. Below him, a hierarchy of priests, nobles, artisans, and farmers carried out their duties, each playing a part in the grand design. Within this framework, the consumption of substances was not merely a private affair. It was a reflection of one's status and an affirmation of one's place in society. Take, for instance, the common folk who toiled in the fields along the banks of the Nile. For them, life was a mix of hard work and simple pleasures. One such pleasure was beer. In ancient Egypt, beer wasn't just a drink, it was a way of life. Made from fermented bread, it was thick and porridge-like. Not something you'd sip on, but something you'd savor. More importantly, it was a safer alternative to drinking the Nile water, which could harbor harmful bacteria. Not only did it quench their thirst, but it also provided essential nutrients. Interestingly, pyramid builders, those who constructed the monumental tombs of the pharaohs, received a portion of their payment in beer. Imagine working tirelessly on a tomb that will outlive you for millennia, and your reward is a lifetime supply of thick, porridgey beer. It might not sound like much, but in a society where beer was not just a beverage, but a form of currency, it was a king's ransom. The elite and ritualized intoxication. As one ascended the social ladder in ancient Egypt, the nature of one's intoxication changed. The pharaoh and the elite, those closest to the sun god Ra, had access to a more refined form of revelry. Incense, or kaifi, played a crucial role in their rituals. Imagine entering a temple not just with flowers, but with a bouquet of fragrances. That's what incense brought to the ancient Egyptian religious experience. Myrrh, cinnamon, juniper, and mint, among other scents, filled the air as priests and the elite communed with the gods. But it wasn't just about making the temples smell good. Incense was an integral part of the ceremony. Smoke was believed to carry the prayers of mortals to the heavens, acting as an elevator to the divine. Moreover, specific blends were used for healing ailments or ensuring a restful night's sleep. Incense wasn't just burnt in temples, it was taken on journeys. tucked away in burial chambers, and even placed in the hands of the dead. It was a constant companion, a silent witness to the mysteries of life, death, and everything in between. The dangerous allure of hallucinogens. Amidst the vast array of substances used in ancient Egypt, some held a more sinister allure, promising visions that transcended the ordinary. Mandrake, known as mandra in ancient Egyptian, contained potent hallucinogenic alkaloids. Unlike the milder euphoria of the blue lotus, mandrake offered a more intense, more otherworldly experience. Its use was not widespread. It was reserved for very specific rituals or medicinal applications. The plant's association with the underworld and its reputedly screaming roots, when it's pulled from the earth, added to its mystique, according to Egyptian mythology. The roots cried out due to their connection to the afterlife, making the extraction process both daunting and exhilarating. While accounts of its use are sparse, it's evident that mandrake held a special place in the Egyptian consciousness, a testament to humanity's enduring fascination with the unknown. Unveiling the mysteries of the afterlife, death was not an ending, but a transition. And ancient Egyptians prepared not just their bodies but also their minds for what lay beyond. Funerary rituals were not somber affairs, but joyous celebrations of a soul's departure. As the soul embarked on its journey, it was guided by a boatman named Karen. To secure Karen's services, a coin was needed. A coin made not of gold or silver, but of copper. This practice reveals a unique facet of Egyptian culture, where even in death one had to bargain, not for eternal peace, but for a ride across the river Styx. It was a reminder that the afterlife, like life, demanded preparation and resourcefulness. Even the gods, it seemed, couldn't be appeased without a well-coined offering. Opium and alcohol, a potent mix. In ancient Egypt, opium wasn't just a bedtime sedative, it was a sovereign of sorts. Imported from the Eastern Mediterranean, it found its niche in temples and homes alike. When mixed with alcohol, it painted a unique picture of euphoria, sometimes leading to giddiness and laughter, but often veering into the realm of nightmares. The pharaohs, ever seeking immortality, saw opium as a potential elixir, a gateway to eternal life. However, its unpredictable nature soon made it a tool of caution, reminding even the most powerful that mortality was a truth that no amount of substance could alter. Wine, the drink of gods and kings. If there's one thing that echoes throughout history, it's the universal love for wine. Ancient Egypt was no exception. Wine, often considered the drink of the gods, was infused with substances like mandrake, myrrh, or frankincense, creating concoctions that could induce altered states of consciousness. This wasn't just about getting drunk, it was about achieving a heightened state of being, a communion with the divine. Wine flowed freely during religious ceremonies, transforming the mundane into the sacred. It was a liquid conduit to the gods, carrying prayers, pleas, and praises to the heavens. But it wasn't just the gods who partook in this celestial communion. The pharaohs, the earthly representatives of the gods, also indulged in these ritualized libations. Drinking from golden goblets, they mixed their mortal tears with the ichor of the gods, symbolizing their unique bond to the divine. The consumption of wine in ancient Egypt was not just a social custom, it was a religious duty, a way to bridge the gap between earth and heaven. It was a testament to the enduring human desire to transcend the ordinary and connect with the extraordinary. The art of inebriety. For the ancient Egyptians, the art of getting drunk was as nuanced as any other art form. It was a performance, a dance, a celebration. They understood that the road to inebriety was paved with choices, and each choice was laden with meaning. The type of vessel from which the drink was served to the manner in which it was consumed, everything was choreographed to enhance the experience. They also recognized the importance of timing. The hours of the day, the phases of the moon, all played a part in determining when to indulge. It wasn't just about escaping the sober confines of reality. It was about doing so in a structured, almost meditative way. For the ancient Egyptians, getting drunk was not a haphazard affair. It was an art form, a tribute to the divine, and a testament to the human spirit's eternal quest for transcendence. As we conclude our journey through the mind-altering practices of ancient Egypt, let us reflect on the broader canvas of human history. Each civilization, each culture, has its own unique blend of tradition, belief, and practice. What we've explored here is just a brushstroke on that vast canvas, a glimpse into a world where the boundaries between the physical and the spiritual were not rigid, but fluid, where substances were not just consumables, but catalysts for connection, understanding, and transformation. The ancient Egyptians, with their sophisticated understanding of the cosmos, their reverence for the divine, and their thirst for knowledge, offer us a mirror. They show us a reflection of our own innate curiosity, our desire to understand the complexities of existence, and our relentless pursuit of the sublime. Now, we invite you to become a part of this enlightening adventure. Share your thoughts, your insights, and your questions in the comments below. Let's engage in a dialogue that transcends time, that echoes across the corridors of history, and that connects us all in the pursuit of understanding. And if this journey through time has sparked your interest, we urge you to subscribe to our channel. Stay connected to us and continue exploring the labyrinthine corridors of human history. Thank you for joining us today. Until next time, stay curious, stay inquisitive, and above all, stay open to the endless wonders that history has in store for us.